Hello everyone, welcome to this lesson. So in this lesson, I will show you another application to create custom GPT for specific profile. And here you can also see this example and you can understand like instead of just answering the questions, you could also give such input to create custom GPT system prompt for your use case. So basically, like we are in the same conversation. Previously, we created this custom GPT's Revolutionize AI. Like it was starting with the basically priming the model, then creating the first custom GPT for our lawyer GPT. So now the model kind of know what we are after. So we are creating custom GPTs and it is assisting us. Now I want to create different GPT for different profile. I need your help with the process. I want you to analyze my information and according to that create a very detailed system prompt for tailored to my specific use case. Here it starts teacher profile. We are going to create a profile of SAT tutor, Mr. Jonathan Wright. This is a of course, it's a fictional character that I'm using here. Age 38, educational background, bachelor's degree in English literature, University of California, Berkeley, master's degree in education, Stanford University, SAT specialist training, certified through a recognized SAT preparation program, teaching experience, English teacher, 10 years of experience, SAT tutor, 5 years of dedicated experience in SAT tutoring, specializing in critical reading and writing, teaching philosophy, believes in a student-centered approach, focusing on individual learning styles and strengths, emphasize the importance of critical thinking and problem-solving skills, not just test-taking strategies. So basically in here, you need to think about your own information, how to create your personal custom GPT while creating this conversation, what kind of informations you could give in order to inspire you. I'm using all this detailed information because as we use more detailed input while creating our custom GPT or basically while getting any kind of output from these large language models, it is always better to give as much detail as possible. Then it continues SAT tutoring expertise, critical reading and writing, specializes in helping students improve their analytical reading skills and essay writing, vocabulary development. Then test taking strategies, teaches effective time management, question analysis, and answer elimination techniques. And here it goes tech savvy, about other features, schedule flexible with availability on weekdays and weekends. This is basically we are creating a personal custom GPT that teacher could actually use this information with their own students. Basically everyone is using ChatGPT. There is no way of stopping students to use this, and we just need to teachers just need to use how to improve their how to use it for their own benefits. Basically this teacher could share it with their students, so students they are paying for special lessons hundreds of dollars, so per hour, per 2 hours. So basically such thing could be also monetized and it would be so beneficial for students of these teachers. So it would be active 7/24 and all the information controlled by the teacher, all the knowledge file, all what kind of information, etc. And here there are also testimonials, phone number, if we would give the instruction part the phone number, email, so our custom GPT would basically give all this information too. And what output we got is custom GPT for SAT tutoring, Mr. Jonathan Wright's profile, tutoring focus, specialization in SAT critical reading and writing, emphasize on vocabulary development and analytical reading skills. As you see, we are kind of cloning in here Mr. Jonathan Wright, like the SAT teacher, like we are kind of cloning him. Teaching philosophy, student-centered approach, adapting to individual learning styles, encourage critical thinking and deep understanding over rote memorization, tutoring strategies, effective time management, question analysis and answer elimination techniques for SAT, instructional methods, combination of lectures, interactive discussions, and problem solving, personalized study plans and regular practice tests, additional skills, use of educational technology for engaging learning experiences, session logistics, GPT configuration, program to provide practice questions and explanation in critical reading and writing, ability to generate personalized study plans, practice test schedules. Like in the case of this teacher, if we would give so much more detailed, we would get so much more detailed GPT configurations too, like ability to generate personalized study plans for mathematics, for physics, for chemistry. Like we could use such detailed information too. Integrate interactive exercises, vocabulary building activities, include motivational messages and tips on SAT strategy, and feedback mechanism, privacy and contact. Ensure privacy of student data, provide Mr. Wright's contact information for direct communication. And as always, we are also creating some kind of response format for our GPT, like we don't want it to create some long, not understandable responses to the users of your GPT. Here is the SAT Tutor GPT response format for Mr. Jonathan Wright. Response header, specify the subject area, critical reading, writing, vocabulary, include a brief motivating introduction. Content body, for practice questions, present the question followed by step-by-step explanations. For concepts, for strategy tips, practical and easy to follow advice. Interactive elements, vocabulary enhancement, introduce new words in context with definitions and usage examples. For example, the knowledge files could be like previously asked SAT questions, especially in English, especially in mathematics, and you could also prompt your GPT to like create some kind of functions, like GPT configuration part, like when students or when the user asks questions about mathematics, take into consideration all the information in your knowledge base, and here quote name of the file. Progress tracking, cloning remarks. So let's now go and create our clone our Jonathan Wright's profile. Here explore. Let's continue with this one. Here it's empty, as you can see. Basically instructions. Let's give Mr. Jonathan Wright's information too, and also schedule. Then we can test our GPT, and also response format. Here is the SAT Tutor for GPT. SAT GPT diyelim. Let's continue. Here, close. SAT Tutor Jonathan writes clone. Ask any questions related to SAT. And also we could add custom conversation starters. And here to do that, we could still benefit from this conversation. Take into consideration all the information about Mr. Wright's profile and find for the most effective conversation starters that could be asked by his students to this custom GPT. And when we prompt this, as you see, it can generate us already some ready questions. We can basically and also, can you explain how to approach the SAT critical reading section, especially for long passages, tailored to Mr. Wright's expertise in critical reading and analytical skills? And here I just want to add that your main role is to act to be clone of Mr. Jonathan Wrights. Here we can use these. We already used, yep. And I struggle with time management in the SAT writing section. Can you suggest some techniques to write effectively under time constraints? How do I develop a study plan that caters to my strengths and weaknesses in SAT preparation, leverages his approach to personalized study plans and student-centered teaching methods? So, also it is always so much useful to add here additional knowledge files. Here now let's continue. And also another thing that I would like to mention, it's possible to publish these GPTs only to yourself or only people with a link. So you could basically, if it is not like, if you are going to use it for your students or in your internal operations of your business, you could basically not make this public, only people with a link. So in your business WhatsApp group or Discord group or Slack group, you could basically share this with the specific people. So it would be used by only these people. Like especially for internal operations, like for sales rep, you could basically put all the informations dedicated to your business to here and share that link with your personnel, with your workers, so they could always have the possibility to ask any kind of questions related to education, related to your business, about discounts, about campaigns, etc. So they could already benefit from this GPT. Also, you could you could make it public, and that as you see, this GPT may appear in the GPT store coming soon. It is not available yet. So basically, previous lesson I showed you OpenAI's Developers Day. In there, like Sam Altman said that they are going to share the revenue with these GPTs. So basically, like applications of App Store or Google Play Store. Confirm. Let's go with this first one. Can you explain how to approach to SAT critical reading section, especially for long passages? So here are clone of Jonathan Wright's subject area, critical reading. Hello there, let's dive into some effective strategies for tackling the long passages in the SAT critical reading section. Content body. Skim before reading in depth. Initially skim the passage to get a general sense of the topic structure. Identify the main idea. As you see, now we have the Mr. Jonathan as our clone, and as you read more carefully, try to identify the main idea of the passage. Ask yourself, what is the author trying to convey overall? And you see, refer back to the passage, process of elimination, interactive element. What do you think could be a challenging aspect of dealing with long passages, and how might you plan to address it? It's also asking some questions. Vocabulary enhancement, skim, to read or glance through quickly, comprehension, the action or capability of understanding something, persuade, cause someone to believe something, especially after a sustained effort, convince. So as you see, like in our instructions, we wanted Mr. Wright to give new vocabulary to our users, to our students too. With that it is in mind, as you see, like now it's possible, like it gave all this like new vocabulary too. So what other thing I did quickly, I went to one website, SAT Varsity Tutors, and I started one test, SAT critical reading, and I just basically took this passage and give it to our tutor, Mr. Jonathan Wright, and asked him to, can you please explain this question? Absolutely. The passage you shared discusses the dynamic and expresses, and as you see, now it is explaining all that passage and also the key takeaways it's giving. So like the students could also ask to specific questions to Jonathan Wright's clone. And let's check another. Let's say let's send this one. What are some effective strategies for improving vocabulary for the SAT? And could you provide some examples? Subject area, vocabulary enhancement for SAT, motivating introduction. Welcome to our journey into the world of words. Improving your vocabulary is not only vital for the SAT, but also enriches your communication skills. It continues. Then contextual learning strategy, learn new words in the context of sentences or stories. The word gregarious means sociable. I didn't know that word, to be honest. Her gregarious nature made her the life of the party. Roots, prefixes, and suffixes, strategy and example. As you see, it started to give effective vocabulary strategies to us, and also it gives us some ideas like word a day practice, reading diverse materials, and for every header it gives strategy and example. It is thanks to our system prompt. Just with that we did it. So you could understand that if you would include more knowledge files by Jonathan Wright, so it would make its output more detailed with every input that it is going to receive. Yeah. Vocabulary enhancement, word innovate, definition to introduce something new or do something in a novel way. Companies that innovate can adapt to changes in the market more efficiently. Progress tracking, reflect on the words you learned this week. As you can see, it is possible to create such clone for teachers, for SAT tutors. It was our case in this lesson. And also it would be possible to, like, for users to upload some documents. So if you would like make some kind of calculations, and if you would teach our model how to make this calculation, so your user could like upload any kind of file and they could ask any kind of questions and they would get the good answer. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next lesson.